That sounds so fun. Oh man, that sounds fun. Yeah. Oh my god, we're gonna have a good time.
I came into contact with somebody from one of the big four. Ended up becoming kind of a mentor to me. He's now a member of our club.
Man, when I first saw my first Hell's Angel standing there, I was like, that's what I want to be, man.
If you're running a three-piece, just like you know, it is truly an outlaw standard. Doesn't make you a one percenter, but it makes you an outlaw.
This is what I believe in, you know, and it was awesome to see that my brothers believed in me.
It's the wolf leading the sheep, man. You know, the sheep need to open their eyes because they about to walk off the cliff where the whole other pack of wolves are at the bottom.
If you were getting your lunch money taken before you put them rags on, if they catch you by yourself, they're going to take your lunch money again.
I try to be around the guys and hang out with them as much as possible and get to know them, because that's really what it's about.
The Hells Angels are being arraigned. One man was stabbed in the chest, another was knocked out, who faced criminal charges, including charges of hate crimes as well as gang allegations. One defendant faces an attempted murder charge, so this certainly appears to be a widespread investigation.
Welcome to this episode of Chattin with Staxx. I'm your host, Bill Staxx, and today we're going to talk about what really happened up there in Canada with Donnie Watch. There's a lot of things that people might not be aware of, but Donnie Watch got arrested last year for some crazy shit over there in Canada, and we're going to talk about it today. People aren't aware of that. And then the charges just disappeared. Why would that happen? Hey, before we get started, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can get my videos every time they drop. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Tell your mother's brother's sister's friend about Chattin with Staxx, the dopest motorcycle content on YouTube. I appreciate everyone that takes the time to watch this show. We got a lot to talk about. There's so much stuff going on. We're going to be talking about the Rizzuto mob. We're going to be talking about another chapter of the Hells Angels up there in Canada. We're going to talk about the pagans and their representation, how they are going to prison. That's pretty crazy. We're going to talk about a man who killed a woman, allegedly. I mean, he's been convicted of it. So he talked to me on the phone about what happened. And we're going to talk about that. I got a new series that's coming out called Prison Stories that's going to be dropping. And in one of the cases, this guy, Quentin, he was convicted of killing this woman in a house where allegedly these people jumped on him, these two guys. This girl was one of the guy's girlfriends. And she got up while this guy Quentin and her boyfriend were struggling over the gun, and she reached down trying to intervene, and she was shot in the process. She was hit in the neck and under the armpit, killed. And he came on the show and talked to me about what happened, and we're gonna get into that. It's a crazy story. Another guy I interviewed, his name is Sean. He's accused of killing his girlfriend. She was hit in the head 10 times with a hammer. Interviewed him. He tells me his story. Another guy I interviewed, he's convicted of killing his friend at a bar. His friend was a girl. They were at a bar, and he told me that his gun fell out of his pocket and he went to grab it and the gun went off and hit her in the neck, killed her, or in the head, killed her. So he got convicted. A bunch of different stories. This is Quentin. He defended himself. This is all over TikTok. It's all over everywhere. It was on Court TV. It was on Law and Order, I think it's called. Law and Crime or something. There's a new series out there. They cover all the trials out there and stuff like that. But that case is on there. So we're going to get into that. The series is really good. I interview a lot of people. I also interviewed a guy who is or was a part of a support club for the HA, and he's in prison right now for going on a police chase and all this. He got 10 years. So he told me his story. His name's Jeff. Shout out to Jeff. Shout out to all the guys out there. Shout out to all the people that told me their stories. I got about 6 of them so far for you guys. And we're going to be dropping those probably by the end of the week. And the merch 100% will be out by Monday. So if you guys want to start getting your orders in, just let me know and I will get them ready to ship out to you guys. So first, let me give some shout outs and then we'll get started. Pavle, what's going on? Thank you for joining me. James, what's good? Thank you for getting a membership. I really appreciate it. If you guys get a membership, there's a lot of exclusive content. Go check out Patreon. I'm going to upload some videos today. Dave, how you doing, man? I think that states in love with Ronnie. Donnie. You're in love with Donnie, Dave? You're in love with Donnie? That's weird, but okay. Giggity, what's going on? Thank you for joining me today. I'm happy to tune in on my day off from Hamilton. Listen, we're just here to have fun. I got no malicious intent. This is purely for entertainment. I got nothing against Donnie. I got nothing against no one. I love everybody. I know everyone's not going to like me, but you'll learn to like me eventually, right? And if you don't, start your own fucking podcast. You know the deal. Scrap Iron, how you doing? Thank you for joining me. I appreciate it. So Donnie was arrested last year for a case involving a rock machine, and we're going to talk about that today in a little bit. We're going to talk about some other things first. Dave, what's good? Shout out to Oshawa, Canada. Infidel, what's up, man? How you doing? Yeah, I was a little late. My apologies. Mountain Woman, how you doing? Thank you for joining me. Unknown but known. What's going on? Crazy Chuck, what's good? Greetings. Taking a break before going out and shop firewood. Shout out to you, man. You should change the name of the show to Chatting with Dave Loves Donnie. Yeah, maybe I should change it to Dave Loves Donnie's Dick. You know what you should do, Dave? Come on, come to the front of the class, Dave. That's right. You should get in the fucking bathroom, Dave. Join your buddies down there. Okay? Okay, Dave? Let's see. Let's put Dave at the forefront. All right, cool. Make sure you jiggle the handle there, Dave. Now you can just watch. Thanks. Appreciate you. All right, let me jiggle the handle. Cool, got it. What's going on, everybody? Back to normal. Big Al, what's good, man? Is the video ready to watch or what? I know I kept you guys waiting. I apologize. What's really going on? You only hear half the story, half the truth, half lies, and people's so-called solid word. I mean, nowadays you can't believe shit people say, you know? A lot of times people feed you lies. Where's Donnie from? He's native, right? I believe he is. Shout out to all the natives up there in Canada. Donnie is a native. I just don't know where he's from or which res. They said which one he was from before. Eddie, what's going on? Mountain Woman's in the house. Gyro, what's up, man? Big Al's in the house. Does anybody know when the video is gonna start? Yeah, it started. Hey, Vegan Cannibal, what's going on? Craig, what's good? Thank you for joining me. Troublemaker Travie, how are you? Thank you for joining me today. Appreciate you. Kurt, what's going on? Shout out to Big Staxx and crew. I think Donnie might be from the Six Nations or that res near Belleville, Ontario. He's Mohawk. And those res are Mohawk territory. Oh, you have to be a certain type of native in order to live on certain reservations. I didn't know that. So if you guys don't know, I got all the names of all the clubs that Donnie's ever been a part of. Finally, we got some clarity, right? The Mongrel Mob, right, was one of them. Ruthless, he was a part of Ruthless at one point, I guess. He was in the Outlaws. He was in the Outlaws before. Wow. He was a part of CID, the Crazy Indians. What? And last but not least, the Red Devils. That's quite a bit of crews. I wonder what he's going to go to next. That's why they call him Velcro Donnie, because he might as well put Velcro on the back of his cut. He changes patches so much. I mean, isn't Six Nations right by New York? It's right by Brantford, Ontario. Lindsay, how are you? Thank you for joining me. Good afternoon, Staxx and everyone. Please show support and hit that like button. Share the content and subscribe. I appreciate that. Thank you. I think he's the one making big dough from selling cigarettes. Well, he was making big dough selling something because he got busted out there in Ontario. We're going to talk about it. Yeah, Mr. Donnie was doing some nefarious shit up there, and I got the story. Yes, I do. But first, we're going to talk about this guy. Does anyone know who this is? So this guy, they call him the Polar Bear. His name's Ryan. From clubhouse to courtroom, Canadian Hells Angels narco boss Polar Bear Ryan convicted as U.S. murder plot looms. Once regarded by investigators as a power broker in North America's underground drug economy, Canadian Hells Angels MC figure Ryan Polar Bear now stands convicted. His empire dismantled piece by piece in a courtroom far removed from the clubhouse. Encoded loyalties that once shielded him. This week, a Canadian court found the longtime Hells Angels member guilty in a major narcotics case, delivering the decisive blow to what prosecutors describe as a sophisticated cross-border trafficking operation. The verdict caps years of surveillance, wiretaps, and informant testimony that painted Ryan as a central nod in the movement of large quantities of cocaine and other drugs through Canada and into the United States. But the conviction is only the first act in a legal saga that continues to darken. Ryan, widely known by his moniker, the Polar Bear, now awaits extradition proceedings in an up-and-coming trial in the United States, where he faces more chilling allegations, involvement in an alleged murder for hire plot tied to organized crime rivalries, internal enforcement within the drug trade. U.S. authorities allege the plot was designed to eliminate perceived threats to trafficking networks, a claim Ryan has yet to answer to in an American courtroom. A figure long on law enforcement's radar. For years, Ryan's name circulated quietly in intelligence briefings and sealed affidavits. Investigators allege he operated not on a street level dealer aspect, but as a strategic, coordinated shipments, managing money flows, enforcing discipline through layers of trusted associates. His nickname, prosecutors argue, reflected both his imposing presence and his cold reputation within the criminal circles. Court records outline the web of encrypted communications, coded languages, and trusted carriers, all designed to move narcotics while insulating senior figures from direct exposure. The insulation, however, began to crack as law enforcement agencies intensified cooperation across borders. The Canadian conviction rests on evidence that Ryan played a leadership role in the trafficking operations that spanned provinces and international boundaries, undermining defense claims that he was merely a figurehead. The shadow of what comes next, while sentencing in Canada remains pending, attention has already shifted south. U.S. prosecutors have signaled their intent to pursue the murder plot against case aggressively, faming it part of a border effect to dismantle transnational organized crime networks linked to outlaw motorcycle clubs. If extradited and convicted in the United States, Ryan could face decades behind bars or potentially life imprisonment, a stark contrast from the freedom and influence he allegedly wielded at his height of power. A broader message from law enforcement. The law enforcement officials on both sides of the border have described this case as embolic, a new era in organized crime prosecutions, one where international boundaries no longer offer safe haven, and reputations built on fear collapse under coordinated legal pressure. For the Hells Angels, the conviction of a figure described by prosecutors as a narco boss reinforces the reality that clubs have long rejected, that its senior ranks continue to draw intense scrutiny as authorities pursue not just individual crimes, but the structure that enables them. For Ryan Polar Bear, the verdict marks the end of one chapter and the ominous beginning of another as he awaits his fate in two countries. The courtroom has replaced the clubhouse, and the silence of the coded conversations have given way to the unforgiving clarity of a guilty verdict. So we'll see what happens in the future with this. This is a huge case, and it ain't good for him. Along with him is another man. This guy, and he is absolutely screwed too. So, hold on, give me a second. And there's an Iranian link to all this situation, and this is pretty crazy. Iranian hired Hell's Angel to kill defector, the U.S. says. So this is the trial that he's allegedly going to go. The U.S. authorities have charged 3 men with plotting a murder, an Iranian defector living in Maryland, Naji Shafi. I'm going to butcher the last name, so we'll just say Naji, 49, who lives in Iran, allegedly asked Canadian Damon Ryan to help with an assassination. Mr. Ryan, a member of the Hells Angels Motorcycle Club, then enlisted associate Adam Pearson, who's currently in prison. They are also accused of targeting the defector's female companion. So this is the other guy. He's the guy that was in prison. And this is the polar bear, Damon Ryan. So Naji, who U.S. and U.K. officials say operated a criminal network targeting Iranian defectants, disresidents around the world on behalf of the Iranian, agreed to pay Ryan, 43, and Pearson, 29, a total of $350,000 plus $20,000 in travel expenses for the murder for hire, according to the indictment released Monday. The group communicated by encrypted chat. Sky ECC, which has been implicated in a number of organized crime cases. So obviously, don't use any of these encrypted apps because they don't work. If you talk shit on an encrypted app, eventually they're going to get their hands on it. And a lot of these people are so stupid that they talk over the phone, they write messages, they threaten people over the internet. It's pretty stupid. But hey, not all of them are that bright, right? So the app which has been implicated in a number of organized crime cases. The company that produces the app, Sky Global, was seized by U.S. authorities. So what happens when the U.S. seizes these encrypted apps? They get all the messages. So, and this is not related to Media Sky Group Limited. Naji, who lives in Iran, messaged Ryan about jobs. And starting in January 2021, they began talking about specific plots in the U.S., according to the indictment. Ryan talked about shooting the victim in the head and wrote that he would ensure that his operatives would know that we got to erase his head from his torso. He said that he had assembled a team of 4 people, including Pearson, a Canadian who living illegally in Minnesota at the time. The plot was apparently never carried out, and alleged targets in Maryland were not named in the indictment. The 3 men were charged with conspiracy to commit murder for hire, which carried a maximum prison sentence of 10 years if no death or injuries occurred. In addition, Pearson faces firearm charges. Also on Monday, the U.S. and U.K. governments announced sanctions for Naji and his associates. Reports say that Naji has been arrested several times in Iran and Turkey on drug charges. 2014, his daughter was killed in a rival gang dispute. He is believed to now live in Iran, and the U.S. officials say he organized assassinations of dissidents and drug smuggling operations on behalf of Iran government. Turkish officials believe his network was behind the abduction of Khabib, a Swedish-Iranian activist who was kidnapped during his visit to Turkey in 2020 and was later executed in Iran. The Iranian regime continued efforts to target dissidents. I don't know what the hell that means. And activists demonstrate the regime deep insecurity and attempt to expand Iranian domestic repression internationally, said Brian Nelson, the U.S. Treasury for Terrorism and Financial Intelligence. The BBC contacted Iran's Ministry of Foreign Affairs for comment. Mr. Ryan and Pearson are currently in prison in Canada on charges unrelated to the alleged murder for hire plot. Mr. Ryan is awaiting trial on drug and weapons charges, which he was convicted. Canadian authorities allege he was involved with an international drug smuggling operation. Pearson pleaded guilty to manslaughter of a man in Alberta and was sentenced to last year to 8 years in prison. Damn, he got off on that shit, right? How the hell does that work? This guy got off with 8 years in prison. He was probably telling, but they're going to smoke this guy's boots. And he's getting extradited to the U.S. to stand trial. So, but the guy they were just talking about is this guy. So he's pretty screwed too. I mean, you can't make this shit up, man. It sounds like a movie, don't it? It really does. Scrap Iron's in the house. What's going on, man? Tommy, what's good, man? How you doing? The Twinkle Berries. Shout out to Craig. Did you guys watch the interview last night with the other member of the Twinkle Berries? Well, shout out to Jimmy. Jimmy seems like an okay guy. He doesn't seem like he has any malice intent. Go check out the interview I did with him. This is before his accident. He had his arm got removed in the accident, and he could barely walk. So he got really hurt. And allegedly, what happened was he was prospect for a club when he got into the accident, and they told him to beat it after the accident. And I'm like, every club isn't like that. But I want to give a huge shout out to Miklo 1% and the Wheels of Soul they did a charity event and gave some food and stuff, toys down there. I think it was in Virginia. Shout out to Miklo. I'll tell you right now. Hold on. But they did a great thing over there. All right, so it's the first annual Los Pedros MC Mother Chapter Food Drive. Went really well, building memories, bonds with solid brothers, and helping the community. And this is what it's all about. Thank you so much to Lynchburg, Wheels of Soul MC members, and everyone else who attended. Thank you so much for the generous hosts at the Grass or Grain Beef House, the best food you are going to find in Central VA. Looking very much forward to the next one. So go check them out if you guys are in that area. It sounds good. I'll show you guys a couple more pictures from this event that they had. I mean, that's a noble thing. They're out there helping the community. They gave a bunch of food to people that need it. You guys can see this on my on the community tab. I put a bunch of pictures and things. Let me see here. And if you guys don't know, the Rizzuto trial is going to be coming up next year. That is going to be probably the biggest thing out. Not a lot of people are talking about this, but that's going to be huge. I mean, fucking mafia boss sitting in prison. So this is the food drive and toy. I think it was a food drive and a toy drive they did. Shout out to the Wheels of Soul and shout out to Los Pedros MC. It's awesome when you see people giving back to the community. And that's what I'm going to be doing on Christmas. They got a big thing going at Brian's Angels. I will be there. So if you're in the area, come down, check me out. I will be at Brian's Angels on Center Street at the church. I'll tell you right now. They're going to be feeding about 100 people that day. I mean, that's a noble thing to be helping people who are less fortunate. Definitely is. And it was cold. Like, it was freezing the other day. Can you imagine being outside in 16-degree weather? Like, I couldn't imagine it. I couldn't imagine it. He's the one that told Drake he's a clout chasing goof. Who said that? Who told Drake he's a clout chasing goof? Damn, this thing is long. What thing's long, man? Two countries that suck. I know. Where do they do that at, right? Dude got fucking orange hair from fucking Iran. He's from Canada. Fucking, and he's plotting with Iranians. Like, what the fuck? Where the fuck do they do that at? This is the polar bear, allegedly, right? Out there in Canada. That's fucking wild shit. So, all right, let's get to the topic at hand. So we're here to talk about fucking Donnie Wanch, right? Soon. So I gotta have some people enter to fucking win the Harley first, man. Harley coming to a town near you, especially since he's going legitimate. Shout out to Harley and what he's doing. Listen, if you want to win the bike, all you got to do is buy a hoodie. The hoodies will go out on the hoodies will be out by Monday. You can start ordering them now if you want, and they will be delivered starting Monday. But you can win this bike. This bike can be yours. It'll probably take a while for me to give it away, because I need to get some people to get some fucking hoodies. I'm not gonna have people buy one hoodie and then just give the bike away. You know, you gotta buy some fucking hoodies, people. If you want this fucking bike, buy a hoodie. 60 degrees in Central Virginia in single digits on Tuesday. Yeah, it's fucking. My first bike was a Honda. I can't do a Honda. I need fucking ginger biker. What's going on? I need a Harley, man. Can't do it. Can't do it. He already is. He really already is. He already patched over a bunch of clubs. They already have a fucking monster following. It's really insane what he was able to do in this short amount of time. So, but listen, I got respect for all the clubs, the Hells Angels. There's good people that are in the Hells Angels. I got no problem with any club. Just because he does that, maybe, or certain clubs don't like certain people. I'm neutral. I got love for all the clubs out there. I try to help the clubs because they're not gangs. They get a bad reputation. I was never in a club, and I never wanted to be in a club. A lot of these goofy motherfuckers out here that pretend like they were a part of something that they're not, and they claim to be gangsters. But hey, you be a gangster, and I'll be the professional over here. Bunch of fucking clown-ass motherfuckers that record phone calls and all some weird shit. Call people while you're on the show and just weirdo shit, weirdo behavior. And they could keep that weirdo ass behavior. We're going to keep it legitimate over here. So if you want to win this fucking bike, all you got to do is buy a hoodie, and this fucking bike can be yours. 100%. We'll mail this motherfucker right to you. I'm going to start this bitch up. Maybe I'll do it later, or I'll do it tomorrow. I'm going to start that motherfucker up right on live. So it's a really good shout out to you, man. I really appreciate people that are helping the community. I do it every holiday. I try to go and volunteer some time to the less fortunate. A lot of people don't do that type of shit, you know? And people need to do that because people need help. So we're going to talk about Mr. Donnie Wanch, man of many faces. He's been in so many damn clubs, your head will spin. So there's a couple situations that he was involved in. All right. Investigation into the sale of illegal drugs in Niagara began in March. This is in 2022. The NRP says they have arrested 2 men and seized a quantity of cocaine and prohibited weapons in a following raid last night, Friday, on 3 locations. Police entered the Therold home, where they found drugs, cash, and prohibited weapons. A second search warrant was executed at the Lincoln home, resulting in seizure of more drugs, cash, and conduct energy weapon, whatever the hell that is, probably a stun gun or some shit, and 2 pairs of brass knuckles. The combined estimated street value of the drugs was about $50,000. A third search warrant was executed at a clubhouse of the Outlaws Motorcycle Club. Oh, this is when Donnie was an outlaw. 40-year-old Donnie Wanch here. What's good, social medias? Of Thorold and 57-year-old Robert Nolan of Lincoln are facing multiple drug and weapons violation charges. And miraculously, those all disappeared. Pretty wild, huh? How does it just disappear like that? I wish I knew the guy that made that happen. So in another case, let me see if I can find it. All right, so this is another one, right? This happened, I believe, in Ontario. So Donnie here, allegedly, I'm going to say allegedly because there's no solid evidence, right? And we're not going to do those. 5 men who police say are outlaw motorcycle gang have been charged in connection with a robbery that took place in Hamilton in July. 4 members of the Hells Angels Motorcycle Club and 1 member of the Red Devils Motorcycle Club were arrested August 21st, and Hamilton Police and Ontario Pivotal Police, or the OPP, Biker Enforcement Unit. That's the same unit that was outside when Donnie there was yelling at the top of his lungs across from Harley's store. Yeah, and you wonder why he didn't fight across the street. It wasn't because anybody was scared. It's because the fucking police were outside. It was part of an investigation that began after a person was assaulted at an establishment on July 4th and robbed of their personal items, police said. The outlaw motorcycle gang continued to be involved in violent occurrences throughout our communities, they said in a statement. 2 police forces executed search warrants at the home of accused, as well as the Hells Angels and Red Devils clubhouse in Hamilton, OPP said. Officers found shotguns, 4 of them, 3 rifles, a shotgun barrel, ammunition, body armor, and a gun license, police said. All 5 men in ranges of age from 34 to 51 were charged with assault, causing bodily harm, and robbery, police said. 2 are from Hamilton, and the rest are from Brantford, Toronto, and Grimsby. 1 of the men also charged with breach of probation order and authorized possession of a prohibited device, police said. Another was charged with breach of firearm storage regulation. Hells Angels chapter in Hamilton chapter started in 2005 and is one of 14 in Ontario. The gang has about 6,000 members worldwide. Then the Red Devils are a support club for the Hells Angels. Police said they consider an outlaw motorcycle gangs to be criminal organizations, which is not true. Those activities cause harm and victimization to the communities across Ontario. The motorcycle gangs have been known to participate in fraud, drug trafficking, extortion, intimidation, and murder, police said. So, allegedly, let me see if I can find this. All right, so allegedly, what had happened was Donnie here and his other buddies they went to a clubhouse, and the Rock Machine clubhouse. Apparently, they don't like the Rock Machine, and they beat these guys up and took their cuts. Beat them up pretty bad. You could see right there on the left. That's one of the guys that they beat up and took their cuts. And the police were involved. They got called, and they all got arrested. So it's not too bright. Donnie wanted to join the club. Not a chance. I wanted to join what club? Your club? Get out of here. Really? Hey, Judas, how you doing, man? Thank you for joining me. Craig says, have a great day. Stay warm and stay safe and stay warm. Sorry, Staxx, I don't want to get off topic, but could you mention that at some point? If you could mention that. Sorry, I don't want to get off topic, but if you could mention that at some point. Mention what? Hey, what's going on, Adam? How you doing? Shout out to Ontario. Can I mention what? Apparently, they went into a clubhouse. They took cuts from some guys, beat them up. The police got involved, and they all got arrested. And then all of a sudden, the fucking charges disappeared. I don't know what happened. And now Donnie wants to fucking make the chat great again. Appreciate that. Warning, don't mind my humor. Make the chat great again. And now Donnie is on a rampage and he wants to fucking fight everybody. How long do you think he'll last in this one? Does anyone know? Shout out to Florida. What's the temperature down there in Florida, man? Is it cold down there right now? Jimmy, what's good, man? I hear from an old school Saints Choice member, Don Harris, that the Red Devils were around that area way before the HA were even in Canada. No, that's not true. The Red Devils aren't that old of a club, man. They're not that old of a club. I'll tell you right now when they were formed, because they're not that old. They weren't there way before the Hells Angels. Oh, shit, it does say that. They were in Ontario in 1948. Maybe they were. Maybe you're right. Savage Ronin, how are you doing, man? Maybe you're right. $72. That's kind of nice, man. It's 42 in Ontario. At least it's not fucking below zero. So it says that the Red Devils Motorcycle Club, the international one, is a major support club for the Hells Angels. They used to not be a support club. They used to be their own club. The Red Devils originated from Canada, were founded in Hamilton, Ontario around 1948, making them very old, though most likely mostly folded into other clubs by the 2000s and 2010s. The key is to distinguish the International Red Devils, Hells Angels support from the Canadian original Red Devils, the now defunct club. So it's not the same club. It's a different club. Mostly were absorbed by Hell's Angels and Bacchus MC in 2000 and 2015. The group is well known for the other group is a well-known support club for the Hells Angels, distinct from the original Canadian group, though their history is intertwined. So depending on which Red Devils you mean, they are either from the late 1940s original or the contemporary established internet club tied to the Hells Angels. But they used to not be that back in the day. In 1948, they were not tied to the Hells Angels, and they have a different back patch. So I did not know that. Thank you for clarifying that. Yeah, I watched Donnie's fight, and people are like, "Oh, he'll smoke this dude." Did you see him fight? It's crazy. I mean, he did get into the ring and handle business, but I don't know why he wouldn't walk into the building. That's kind of odd. I mean, you call somebody out, you got to follow through, you know? Checking in from Reno, Nevada. Shout out to Reno. I will be in Las Vegas soon. I got some business to attend to down in Las Vegas. It's the original Red Devils, not the affiliate. Yeah, I looked that up. That's pretty cool. I didn't know that. The original Red Devils patch over to Bacchus when 81 started up, 81 Red Devils. That's pretty wild. I did not know all that. You learn something new every day. So there is two. I hear some patch overs and they don't get how a support club now. Yes, there was two. Remember, you could get in a fight and bailed out the same night. Yeah, that's not happening. You get into a fight nowadays, you ain't getting bailed out the same night. You'll be sitting in there for a while now. And all that shit, all that mutual combat shit, it's going out the window, you know? People don't fight nowadays. I mean, it used to be cool when you could have a little scrap and then walk away and everyone's good, right? You either become friends or you didn't. Normally, that's how it was when you were younger, right? They are not the same Red Devils. Well, we know now. Hey, what's up, VI? What's going on? Thank you for joining me. Appreciate you. What's up, Staxx? TikTok, Facebook, social medias. Crazy Chuck, I remember when you could do that in the USA after getting a bondsman. 100%, man. Used to be able to get a bondsman bond out the same day. If you had the money on you, should be able to be like, yo, just pay the bond right now. It's like $100 here. It's in my pocket. Let's go. Not now. Now you got to wait, go to court, all this shit, or you got to pay a crazy amount of bond. It's just crazy, man. He can take a hit, but from shit Donnie, Wobbly Donnie. I heard Donnie could take a massive hit. He could get this dude that I know, right? Up there in Canada has said that he fought Donnie in the past and he put Donnie down. But he said that he punched Donnie as hard as he could. As hard as he could. And this dude was a fighter. And he said that Donnie just stood there like, he said he could take a hit. So I don't know. I don't think Donnie has a glass jaw. But you see his fighting skills. I mean, I remember RD lived in a block away from me. And then I was a little girl, now 50 years old. So yeah, they were around back then. That's pretty wild. I didn't know that. One of us wanted to lose. We've been married 14 years and we run a bed and breakfast in Winnipeg. Adopted daughter. That's awesome. That's cool that you do that. I'm sure you get a lot of people that go through there. Things have really gone to shit in this country. 100%, man. You got fucking cornballs that try to act gangster nowadays. This is weirdo shit. It's just weirdo shit. It really is. The original Red Devils in Hamilton patched over the Bacchus when 81 started up their own Red Devils. They did not want to be confused. They are not the same. 100%. They have a totally different patch and everything. It's pretty wild. Here, let me see if I can show you guys. It's not going to let me show you. The original Red Devils patch is a man that's like a devil, and he's red. I've interviewed an ex-Red Devil. If you guys haven't seen it, Ed, the guy Ed that I interviewed is a former Red Devil support club for the Hells Angels. So I did interview a former Red Devil. Damn, it won't let me show you guys. Here it is. I found a patch. Found it. Let me show you guys. That's cool to know. A lot of people don't know that. I didn't know that until you just told me. They must have been huge. I wonder why they folded. Like, why did they end up getting dissolved? So this is the original patch that they had. It's different too. This looks like this guy's maybe still a part of it, or maybe he was a long time ago and he still has the patch. This is the Red Devils patch, the other Red Devils. But if you guys go check out Ed's interview on my channel, he is a former Red Devil. Let me see it. See if I can get it for you guys. Randy, what's going on? Thank you for joining me. I worked throughout Donnie and played lacrosse and natives joke. Hard heads. I worked the bars for 10 years, not worried about throw out Donnie. Unknown but known. I don't know why they don't just fight in the ring and make some money and start to think they're both scared of each other deep down. I don't know about that. I mean, the bottom line is Donnie called out Harley. So Donnie should follow through and fucking handle it. It's not going to happen. It's just Donnie got his 5 minutes of fame and that's it. People are moving on, you know? Don't worry. We'll find some more people to make fun of. Not that we're making fun of Donnie. We're all just joking here. This is all in good fun. I have nothing against Donnie at all. Go follow him on social media. He's funny. I think he's funny. So let's talk about this woman. This is a pagan member who was on trial for murder. This is his lawyer. And guess what? She's in some fucking deep shit. Oh, yeah. Investigator in the Silver murder case in Marion County faces new charges. Oh, yeah. This is Fairmont, West Virginia. The attorney representing the suspected president of the Pagans Motorcycle Club in Marion County murder case and her private investigator have been arrested for witness intimidation. Wheeling's attorney, Glenn McCard, and former Bridgeport City Council member Lowell Maxey were arrested by the state police Tuesday morning. McCard is representing Ryan Lane in the 2022 Henry Silver murder. Silver was thought to have been romantically involved with a member of the club, leading to Lane ordering members to kill Silver. McClard was previously charged with breaking child confidentiality on 13 separate occasions in connection with the testimony during the trial. Maxey had previously been charged with working as a private investigator without a license in the case. So now they've been charged with more charges. So she's fucked. And I mean, when you're corrupt and you do corrupt shit, that's what you get. You get fucked, right? I mean, it's pretty fucked up for them to do that type of shit. All right, we're going to talk about another case. This is out of Australia. Let me see if I can get this picture for you guys. I don't know if it'll let me show you the picture. No, it won't. So let me try to get it for you. Give me 1 second. So I will put the designs for the hoodies on the community tab, and if you want to order a hoodie, I'll leave my email and you just let me know, and I can send them out by Monday. I will start sending them out Monday. And if you want to enter to win the bike, just let me know. All right. Now, this case is out of Australia. You know, Australia's going through a lot of wild shit right now. We got to cover a lot of cases out of there. Police operations targeting OMCGs, outlaw motorcycle club gangs, it says. Trafficking of dangerous drugs across the northern regions. Detectives from the Crime Command, Drug and Serious Crime Groups, Far Northern Major and Organized Crime Squads have charged 11 people in retaliation of the 59 offenses following the investigation into trafficking of dangerous drugs by an outlaw motorcycle gang in the far north region. Operation X-Ray and Operation Cryo X-Ray closed yesterday after 8 search warrants were executed at addresses in Cairns, Edmonton, Arthurian, and Tablelands. During the searches, police located large quantities of dangerous drugs, including methamphetamine, cocaine, a large amount of cash, 3 firearms, and multiple cell phones. Police also located and seized 8 vehicles, including a 2014 Audi S3 sedan, a 2015 Ford Ranger, 2014 Holden, Commodore utility, 2015 Mercedes-Benz sedan, 2006 Mercedes-Benz van, Mitsubishi Triton, a Nissan wagon, a 2023 on the move adventure carry van, whatever the hell that is. It will be alleged that the vehicles were purchased with suspected proceeds from crime. The investigation conducted by the Cairns Major Crime Unit and Crime Squad and officers from Maxey, blah, 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 blah. 32-year-old Mount Sheridan man with alleged member of the Mongols was charged with 1 count each of trafficking a dangerous drug, possession, anything used in the commission of a crime defined in Part 2, possession of property suspected of acquired with proceeds of or once under the Drugs Misuse Act. the order about information necessary to access information stored electronically, possession of dangerous drugs, Schedule 1, drug quantity of or exceeding Schedule 4, possession of dangerous drugs, Schedule 1, drug quantity or exceeding Schedule 4, possession of property suspected of proceeds from of under Drug Misuse Act, possession of dangerous drugs, blah, blah, blah. You guys get the point, right? Possession of weapons, of a handgun, firearm kept unloaded, other than being used to shoot, possess of a short firearm, 12 gauge double barrel shotgun, possession of a shortened firearm, 22 caliber rifle, authorities required to possess explosives. He is expected to appear in Karnes Magistrate Court today. A 29-year-old Sheridan man or a Sheridan woman was charged with 1 count each of conveying order about information necessary to access information stored electronically, possession of dangerous drugs, Schedule 1, quantity exceeding Schedule 4, possession dangerous drug 1, possession exceeding Schedule 4, possession of property suspected being proceeds of offense under Drugs Misuse Act. She got caught with cash, $142,000. She received a notice to appear in Karnes Magistrate Court on January 30th, 2026. A 44-year-old woman was charged with the same charges. She got caught with $7,000, and she got caught with cannabis. Another woman appeared in Magistrate Court today. She remanded into custody to appear on March 10th, 2026. A 25-year-old man was charged with 2 counts, possession, exceed, dangerous drugs, blah, blah, blah. He got caught with a crossbow and a knife. 1 count, possession of medicine, possession of tinted property. He got caught with $13,770. He got caught with scales. He got caught with a phone. They confiscated that. The man appeared in court. He was remanded into custody until February 10th. 35-year-old man was issued a drug diversion program for dangerous drugs, cannabis. 28-year-old woman was charged with 1 count, possession of drugs, scheduled quantity exceeding Schedule 4. Possession of Cat M weapon, whatever the hell that is, failed to take responsibility or precaution in permit place. I don't know what that means. She received a notice to appear in Karnes Magistrate Court January 17, 2024. 27-year-old woman was charged with 1 count, supplying drugs, possession of drugs, using dangerous drugs, cocaine, possession of a relevant substance, and possession of a thing used in crime, whatever the hell that means. She received a notice to appear on January 17th, 2026. 44-year-old man was charged with 1 count of possession of dangerous drug, possession of utensil, and failed to take responsible precaution. I don't know what the hell that is. That must be a charge that you get. Failed to take responsible precaution. Detective, the Far North Organized Crime Unit, are continuing to pursue outlaw motorcycle gangs members in the Far North, targeting their violent drug trafficking and complete disregard for the community's safety. This operation disrupted the group's activities, preventing further drug-related offenses in the region, and we will continue to target their criminal behavior and associates being drawn into the destructive lifestyle, they said. Outlaw motorcycle gangs are linked to drugs, firearms, violence, and police say will impact of the following offenders on the community and their families firsthand. So they are not playing games. They're going after people out there. In other news, today is the day that the Outlaws Motorcycle Club rides through Tampa. If you guys aren't aware, today is the day that they all get on their bikes and they ride through the city in one group. And they did that. I think it was today or yesterday. And they rode through the city as one group. I was like, damn, that's pretty cool. And someone made a post, and I'm going to read it to you, what they said. It's pretty crazy. And they were pretty deep riding through the city. Let me see. I don't know if I can find it. But anyway, they jumped on their bikes and they rode through the city. I believe it was Tampa. And they said that they ride to remember their fallen brothers in the city, with the city that gives them so much fucking heartache. And the cops always go after them. They're always getting harassed. And I'm like, damn, that's pretty crazy. But they have dealt with a lot down there in Florida. On both sides, you know, all the guys down there. To me, letters just wanted to say much cash on them to prove that it came from selling. No. Hey, what's going on, man? Thank you for joining me. Appreciate you. Afternoon, everyone. Shout out to Slow Ride. Haven't seen you in a while, man. Hope all is well. Come on, people. We got 100 watching, only 30. Show Staxx some love. Yeah, we had 130 watching at one time. I appreciate all you guys. Thank you. Exactly what I remember is their patch looked like, if I'm not mistaken. Their clubhouse was on the beach strip between Hamilton and Burlington, Ontario. I know it's crazy, right? When a club's around for so long and they just disappear, they're just gone. It's fucking wild. But a lot of them end up folding in and getting dissolved. Look at the Dirty Dozen, how big they were. They were huge in Arizona. They were like the biggest thing out there. And they got dissolved by the Hells Angels. They took them over. It's pretty wild. And some clubs go away for a long time and they pop back up. Look at the Heathens Motorcycle Club. Heathens, they were around back in the 70s, and they were big back in the day. They were in California. They were all over the place, and now they're huge. They're not huge, but they're big out there in the northwest. And I've spoken to a lot of those guys, a lot of great guys. Shout out to Coyote. Shout out to all them guys out there. I appreciate them. They came on my show. We did a bunch of interviews. I interviewed almost their whole chapter. But shout out to all these guys. Go check out my videos. We got a lot of videos that are going to be dropping. I got some tricks up my sleeve for you guys for next year. You guys are really going to like this shit. Go check out this video. I'm going to re-upload it.
I mean, maybe larger chapters or something are doing more dollars or whatever, but I mean, dude, by the time you throw a party, sell a bunch of t-shirts, you done drank all the profit. You know what I mean?
Right.
I've never seen a party make money. Breaking even with celebration.
Right, bro.
For the first time ever, ex-Hells Angel, ex-Bandito, and an ex-Pagan all on the same stream. And I'm going to upload that again so you guys can check it out. I hope you guys like this content. If you do, hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can get my videos every time they drop. If you don't like this show, you already know what to do. Start your own fucking podcast. A lot of content on the way. I got the new merch dropping very soon. I got a new Ramundi video coming up, and that's pretty good. You guys are going to like that. I'm going to be uploading some wild videos onto Patreon. If you guys haven't seen the videos of the torture videos of the bikers getting tortured by the Blood Family Mafia up there, you guys ain't see shit yet. Wait till you see these videos. They're pretty crazy. Dude's getting hit with an axe. It's wild. You guys are going to be like, what the fuck? It is crazy. So, hold on. I'm looking for a damn video. Remember this one?
Getting my morning jog in. Feeling pretty fucking good. You know what time it is. There's an individual he's not worth talking about. He knows what time it is. You smoke your 2 packs a day, doing your live streams and your bullshits and your lies. You're talking shit about my wife. We've been together since she's 18. I'm 8 years older than her, yes. She had a child when I met her, yes. We have 3 children together, 19 years. It's not all been great, but it's all been great.
2 halves can't make a hole without a hole. Giggity, 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 giggity. Ooh, ee, ooh, ah, ah, ting, tang, walla, walla, bing, bang.
Hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can get my videos every time they drop. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Tell your mother's, brother's, sister's friend about Chatting with Staxx, the dopest motorcycle content on YouTube. I appreciate all you guys. And remember, don't be a biatch.